Rapport basically is the pattern that occurs when two people are in interaction, or maybe even a group of people are in interaction. But more specifically, when we're talking about coaching, it's about the two people.
Now, a lot of people think that rapport is something that you absolutely need to have in order to be effective as a coach. However, that's not necessarily true. A lot of times you don't have to be in rapport. In fact, being in rapport can actually cause you problems sometimes, because sometimes you need to be able to provoke or challenge your client.
In NLP, we often call that mismatching. So the client will go in one direction, you deliberately mismatch it in order to provoke change. And that's a very useful thing to do. So rapport is important, and it's helpful, and it enhances the space that you're in, but it doesn't necessarily determine the outcome that you'll get.
But you will get.
People generally tend to like me more.
They actually do tend to like Brian more.
Astounding.
But Brian focuses on the rapport creation, whereas I'm much more provocative.
No, you're matching my fucking body, and you're matching my hands, but they're not on the camera.
I do, but you should talk to my mum, because my mum has lots of reasons why she thinks I'm great. So, well, I think, first of all, you have to be looking at the person from a different perspective than typically most people do. Instead of trying to figure out how can I influence this person, how can I manipulate the person, you're really figuring out what have I got in common with this person, and how can I connect with what that person's experiencing at the moment. One of the best ways to do that is to really listen and pay attention to the person and notice what is true for that person, because if you can figure out what's true for that person, if you can make it that connection, then you can engage in the process which is well known in rapport, called pacing and leading. Pacing being able to make the connection, and leading being able to, once you make that connection, then you can lead them to go where it is that you want.
And ultimately, if you're doing your job right as a coach, for a lot of the time, rapport will develop quite naturally. That being said, as I said earlier, sometimes you'll actually deliberately break that rapport. But in essence, if you're doing it right, effectively, rapport will be evident. Basically, because that's what occurs. When people are connecting in that way, when they feel that you've entered their world, which we're going to give you all the skills to do anyway, basically, so when they feel that you understand them, you empathize with them, then they'll realize that they are engaged in that world. So you have rapport from that.
Going, how are you?
Am I in rapport yet?
And what you'll do is you'll go like this. How do you, okay, stop changing it, stop messing with me. Create rapport with a person by, if you think.
And the beauty of NLP is that we can give you so many different levels. As we say, like, it's not just about the breathing, it's not just about the body postures, it's not about the, how they respond to you in that way. It's about the deeper elements. It's about going inside and understanding their mind, understanding how they're sorting, how they're processing, how they're thinking, how they're responding. That's the stuff that creates the deep level of rapport that allows for the change work. And as we say, with provision all the time, it's not absolutely essential that you have rapport, it's essential that you're effective.
Absolutely. Make sure you understand that the important element of rapport is to make sure that your head is in the right space. In other words, you're focused on really making a connection with them. And
Don't put your head in your pocket.
Don't put your head in your what?
In your pocket.
Don't put your head in your pocket. I have no idea what he's talking about. What? So the idea of rapport anyway is very simple.
You said put your head in the right place.